So I've been pondering on existence itself, diving deeper, of course, into my own psyche, as my psyche is the universe, as my psyche is internal. And I have come to the conclusion of who gave anything meaning, who was the one that said, yes, that is correct, that is what that means. Who who said that, and then who was the one that agreed with it and said, yes, that's what that means. What is meaning? What is for anything to mean anything? And who was the one that defines it, and who was the one that says, yes, that's what that means? This ponders internally within me very deeply, because what is it that you're truly living from if it wasn't created from your own consciousness? Yes, everything is one, but at the same time, not we okay we understand not everything works for everybody, right? Not everybody has the same outlooks on life. Not everybody will always agree on the same things. So what if you're living your life trying to use tools or try to use certain words or foundations that might not fit your journey, and that's why it's causing you confusion? What if you're living your life trying to understand something? What if you're living your life trying to understand something that wasn't meant to be understood for you specifically? This is where my mind starts to gauge on whether anything is actually real rather than what I believe to be real or know to be real. Because belief is just, to believe something is not to fully know it because you believe it, right? It's fairly simple, right? You believe something because you don't know it, right? To know something is to not believe it, but to embody it, right? So to know something is to embody it, and to believe something is to just, I'm going to stick to this because I don't really know if it's all the way correct, so I'm just going to believe this, right? So I was jotting down some perspectives in my notes, and one perspective I came across that was truly profound to me is that the English language is not our first language, right? The English language was a language given in order to navigate this reality. Our true language is energy. This is why you feel first, then you act, right? So our true language is actually energy, and it's very important to understand that the English language is just, you're supposed to understand the English language, not attach to it as your truth. We are not from this, I guess you can say, universe, or from this planet, right? Because this planet is known to communicate, with English, or, whatever other language, in its language, right? That's the languages in which people communicate, they attach to it, right? So somebody can say, for example, um, you will never amount to nothing, right? And you attach to the English language, and you give those words, the way they're put together, you give it meaning, right? So someone can come to me, right, and be like, you will amount to nothing, but the English language doesn't really mean anything to me. So when people say certain words, or people put words in certain orders that's, I guess, supposed to be negative, it doesn't mean anything to me, because my first language is energy, not English, right? Not language, right? So understanding this perspective may help a lot of you break out of the illusion that people are, I guess, quote unquote, talking about you, or people are, quote unquote, speaking badly about you. Because who is the one that said that those words are actually bad? Who is the one that said that the meaning of this and that is what it means? Why couldn't you be the definer of what anything means? And I feel like that is the true power of understanding that you are the guide of your reality, or the guider of the self in this 3D form, as we exist in the higher realms. Higher realms is being internal at the same time, meaning I am formless, I am boundless. These perspectives is very profound, because you can find yourself coming back down thinking that you're a human. You can find yourself coming back down to earth, walking around as a human, and once again getting caught in this identity as an, I'm the body, I'm my past, I'm my pain, I'm my trauma, right? But what's really deeply right, what's really deeply integrated within your DNA is that you've always been formless. You've always been nothing. If I say that I am nothing, then that means I am everything simultaneously, which means I am not trying to escape anything. I'm just simply experiencing. I am nothing at all. I'm not trying to go anywhere. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm simply here, nothing. I'm nothing at all. So for anybody to say that I'm anything, well, I'm nothing, right? You can say, you could come to me and be like, oh, you're such a great person. Or, hey, man, you're doing good. Hey, man, I like your content. Hey, man, I like how you helped me. Da, 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 da. And that's fine. I see it no different than somebody coming to me saying, hey, man, I hate you. I don't like you. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like how you do this. I don't like how you move. There is no difference to me in what any of it means. All of it is simply nothing and everything. If I change the meaning of what anything means, then that means my frequency has to adapt to it. I am nothing. I'm not trying to be anything. I'm simply being. The reason why you might struggle or you might cling on to, in a sense, negative frequencies is because you're trying to be something rather than just being. You give everything meaning, and what that does is that causes a opposite, right? That causes something to coexist from the meaning in which you gave something, right? So if you say that you're great, but someone be like, someone says to you, no, you're not great, right? Since you gave yourself the title of greatness and someone else says you're not great, see, that's an opposite, right? That's a opposite, in a sense, opposite. Hmm. It's a tug, right? It's a tug because you're trying to get the world to accept your greatness, right? Instead of just understanding that you're actually nothing. Greatness is really just the word. Now, I use greatness in my videos as a form of communication to help people, evolve within themselves. But truly, I don't identify with any words at all because I'm simply energy. I cannot be defined by words. Words cannot define me because you will find yourself endlessly trying to figure out what I am by saying a whole bunch of words, understanding that I can never be actually defined by anything. And anything that you define me off of is just what you feel about yourself. Hmm. I hope I didn't confuse nobody with any of these perspectives that I am portraying. It's beautiful though. All of it is beautiful.